Today I'm going to show you how to cook the ultimate chicken in the Ninja Woodfire. Welcome along to Barbecue Life, where great barbecue doesn't cost a fortune. As I say, today we're doing the ultimate roast chicken in the Ninja Woodfire. So we have done ultimate roast chicken before in the Kamado, and it's the same sort of principles, but we're going to be going over our settings in the air fryer as well and discuss a few different little bits that we can variate just to keep us on our toes. So we've got a whole large chicken here that I've picked up from the supermarket, and what we do with our ultimate chicken is that we get butter in underneath that chicken skin. We get it into our legs and thighs, and then we go over the top of it as well. So we need to start off by slashing our legs and thighs, just a few slashes in each one, and this breaks the skin and lets us get that flavour onto the meat underneath. And you can even work it underneath the skin on the other pieces if you really want to as well. So we can do that on both sides, and then we just need to take a finger, or a couple of fingers, or a thumb, and just break that little bit of membrane that holds the skin to the very back of the chicken breast, and your finger just kind of pops through, and then you can spread your fingers and gently work your hand in. You need to be incredibly careful because you will split the skin if you go in too rough. But we just want to lift that skin away from the breast itself, and that allows us to get our flavour onto that actual meat rather than just onto the skin on the outside itself. So once we've done that, we now need to go on with a butter. So this is completely personal preference. I've gone with a butter that I've added garlic granules, I've added onion granules, I've added parsley, and I've added salt and pepper. So we've kept ours incredibly simple today. But you can put your favourite barbecue rub into this butter. You can put more herbs, you can put smoked paprika, you can put anything you like, any flavour you want to put on your chicken. You just work it into your butter, taste test your butter before you put it on, and make sure you've got it well balanced. We want to take a little handful of that and really work it underneath that skin all across the chicken breast on both sides, either side of that keel bone, and then really into the legs and thighs as well, making sure that we get it right into them cuts that we've put in, and then any that we've got left over we completely rub all over the outside of the chicken, over the wings, turn it over underneath the whole lot so that everything is covered in butter, but we've got as much butter as we can underneath that chicken to flavour the meat. So we can pop this off to one side, stick it in the fridge if you want to for an hour or two, or you can go straight into the air fryer, whatever works for you. So with the Ninja air fryer today, we're going to be setting it up on a smoke setting. So we're not going to use the smoke setting itself, but we are going to use the Woodfire technology. So I've used the economiser in there because I don't want to completely overpower the chicken with the amount of smoke we're putting on there. Chicken's quite delicate, and that entire hopper full of pellets will really smoke your chicken, and my kids aren't a massive fan of having the chicken over smoked. So we use the economiser, which essentially uses half the capacity of that hopper. So it just puts pellets in the very top. You could just put pellets in the very bottom, but they don't ignite very, very easily. So Dutchy Cooking, he came up with the economiser that drops in there nicely and holds them pellets at the top, gives you a really nice combustion to begin with, and you'll be much more economical on pellets and cutting down on the amount of smoke that you put in there. So pellet wise today I'm using Traeger's Signature Blend because I've got some of them left over from when I had the Traeger pellet grill, but as everybody knows I don't have that anymore because I can do all the smoking I need to do on the Ninja. So we've got them pellets in. With our chicken itself, we're going to put that in the crisper basket in the Ninja itself. So a lot of people tend to cook their chicken just on the grill grate. I like to put it in the crisper basket because it means I get crispier skin on the very bottom of the chicken as well, and crispy skin is my absolute favourite part of the chicken itself. So if I can get even more of that, that means I get to eat even more of that. So we pop it in the crisper basket, shut down that lid, and then we're going to set to roast. We're going to adjust our temperature to 175 degrees Celsius, and then we're going to put our time on at 45 minutes. So I know from past experience that 45 minutes on a large chicken is about there. So we might need a little bit longer. Sometimes it's dead on, depends how large that chicken is, but 45 minutes is a decent ballpark to begin with. If you want to be going in with a temperature probe, then you can, and you can monitor it all the way through. you're looking for 74 degrees C for a cooked chicken, and the rhyme is 75, stay alive. 74 is the safe temperature, just that 1 degree below. So we've set that up. We make sure that we push the Woodfire button. I tend to turn it on, turn it off and turn it off again because it can be temperamental if you're not on the smoke setting, and we hit ignition. The reason I've put the chicken in beforehand is because that smoke is going to start to build while the temperature is building inside the Ninja. So it gives me that smoke right from the off. If we was to just put our chicken in at the add food point, we've lost that initial combustion part of the pellets, and that is when them pellets are at their most smokiest. So I like to put my chicken in and let it come up to temperature. When it says does the add food bit, I just lift the lid quickly, shut it back down, and off it goes for its 45 minutes. So 45 minutes, that lid is down. You can do anything you want in this time. If you want to crack open a beer and sit and chill out, you can do. If you want to prep the rest of your veggies, depends what you're having this with. We had it with like cheese potato, salad, homemade coleslaw, things like that. So I got on with preparing all of that. If you're having a roast, you need to be getting your roasties in and things like that. So it's an ideal time for you to crack on. When that 45 minutes is up, then open the lid, and as you can see, we've got a gorgeous golden brown across that chicken. That's why we cook it at 175 and not 180, 190, because I've seen a lot of people cooking their chicken at a higher temperature, and for me that skin is too dark. It's going to have gone a little bit bitter by that point, and I just want a really nice golden brown on there. It's still beautifully crisp and exactly what you need it to be. So we need to go with our instant read thermometer, check our temperature, and we're sitting 65, 66 centimetres. So it's going to be about another 10 minutes at that 175 degrees again. So we can set it for 15 to be on the safe side, but we'll check it after 10. So we have to turn the Ninja off, back on again, adjust our time, and off we go. After that 10 minutes, we go in and check it. Yes, we have hit the 75, so it's 75, 76. So we're most definitely cooked all the way through. We need to take it off and we need to rest it. So resting is the most important part when we're cooking meat, because it lets all our juices redistribute. If you just go in straight carving straight away, one, it's too bloody hot and you burn your hands. Two, all the juices run out, nothing's kept in the meat, and you end up with a dry piece of meat and just a big tray full of juices that we inevitably pour in the gravy to pour back on our meat to make it more juicy. So if you just leave it for 10 minutes to chill out, all them juices redistribute and you get a much better product. So I just loosely wrapped it in some foil, left it on the side while I cracked on with some other bits, and then it's time to carve. So the legs and the thighs should fall off really well, so we can just cut the leg off and you can see how beautifully crisp the skin is on there. And then we'll show you a portion of the breast, so we can just cut through the breast down that keel bone as far as we can, then angle the knife when it gets to that wishbone across, cut the breast completely off, and you can see that it's beautifully tender, cooked all the way through, and it's, most importantly, it's still juicy. So it is as easy as that. It's exactly the same as how we cook the chicken on the Kamado. In principle, what we put in to begin with, this is more about how I set up the Ninja to get the ultimate chicken. So if you found any value in this video and you like what we're doing, then please do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video, leave me a comment, let me know what you think, especially if you're new, because I do like to welcome new members. And thank you very much for watching. Cheers.